Hey everybody, it's Melanie coming to you from the Outer Banks, North Carolina today, in front of the mandala painting, numero million 15, I don't know. So I have been going through some stuff today, right? And I don't make these videos and then post them right away. I make them and think about them and maybe add stuff at the end that, like, nice pictures and all that jazz, because I got to do something with them. I just keep taking them and we got to put them to use, right? So I make these videos and then I wait and then I post. And so today I posted this like really nice video about how we don't always know where the journey is going to go and how it's going to unfold, and we just need to trust the process. And the last several days I've been feeling really low, and I'm going to give a huge shout out. I'm going to pause the video. Hang on real quick. So I don't normally do shout outs to companies. I'm not somebody that's bought and paid for. My voice and stuff is used for other things, and I'm not going to sell it to anybody for anything. But I'm going to tell you about things that have helped me on my journey and have been life-altering on my journey so that maybe they can be life-altering for you. And recently, I noticed my consumption of cacao, which is like a cup a day or every other day. And I drink it instead of coffee. And I was buying these little pouches and 8 ounces or something, and it's like $11.99. I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I started looking into it, and I found small farm, fair trade, cooperative growers and farmers in other countries. And so then I'm finding these small time companies that are helping to bring in the maca powder at a rate that it's, or not maca powder, I'm sorry, the cacao powder, but we're going to get to maca. It gives more profit to the small town farmers and the small time farmers and less profit to the corporations. So I'm not going to name the other brand. It doesn't matter. But I bought local fair trade organic cacao powder. It ended up being so much cheaper to go directly to like the grower companies instead of going through the grocery store. I did get 9 jars of cacao, quart jar size. So this is like a recycled peanut butter cup. But that's why I recycle so many jars and stuff. And it's funny that we actually ran out of storage jars because I was buying so many things in bulk. But I'm able to get the products that I use frequently from the small town companies. And I cannot remember what the cacao company was right off the top of my head, but I've been feeling low the last several days, really low. And thinking about things and issues and anxieties all swirling around in my head, and feeling the need to speak up for myself in a certain situation where I'm healing huge inner child wounding stuff. And so last week I had asked my husband to order some maca powder because I haven't been able to find it on the beach for like 2 weeks now. Like, it's been a long time. And I've noticed the steady decline of like mental attitude, brain clarity and stuff, and going back into like this dark place where I don't reside very often. And I didn't know the exact cause or reasoning. I assumed it had to do with the weather. And so we ordered this maca powder and then we waited. And so the last several days have been really low. And it came today. And I made myself a cacao and had half a cup and felt back to normal. And it's mind-blowing that a plant can help somebody so much. I truly believe in the power of plants. So I wanted to share this with you guys because you don't know how bad I was feeling. And I'm sorry that it's backwards, but I just like to make sure I'm all lined up and everything. So this is the maca team, and this is red maca root powder. And they actually give a questionnaire on their website to help you learn what is the best maca powder for your condition. And not only does it heal depression issues, it is healing and provides nutrients for anxiety issues and sleep issues and sexual drive issues and acne issues and all of these things that we struggle with. I know that this helps because I didn't even know that it was the missing piece of the puzzle until I drank some and was like, experienced such relief and felt like my normal self again. And if people want to say, well, and you're just addicted to maca root, maybe it's not that I'm addicted. It's a necessary nutrient that we are completely lacking in our lives because nobody talks about this kind of stuff. Look at your television if you watch television. Look at your commercials. Nobody is talking about the healing power of plants. They're talking about chemicals that are going to profit for the pharmaceutical industries out of your pockets and off of the backs of your bodies. They don't care that there's stuff that like I pushed as a nurse that's now coming back and they're like, oops, it caused congenital heart failure and cleft palate and all these babies are bad. And I gave it to so many freaking pregnant people and now they're coming out and telling us about it 10 years later. Like this, it's about the healing power of medicine. It's about the healing power of plants. Nice try. It's the healing power of plants. And so a cacao a day with maca root powder in it and some cayenne and some cinnamon and a little bit of maple, or if you're into honey, or if you're into coconut sugar or whatever, like just try to as ethically sourced as possible. Maple syrup's actually really ethically sourced. And if you can find a supplier up in the Northeast, $50 for a giant gallon of it, and it lasts a really long time. We're still not even through our gallon, and I brought it back in August. We had a little bit of a stockpile before that, but you can subdivide it into jars and put it in your freezer and it will keep. And then you know that it's not being created by children, which is where cane sugar comes from. And you also know that it's not addictive like cane sugar because it has a higher glycemic index. And it doesn't cause addictive issues. And it's actually a real food instead of methyl dextrose. What the fuck is that? I'm sorry. I'm just going to put it out there. What the fuck is methyl dextrose and why is it in our children's food? Okay, so with all of that said, it took me 7 minutes to get through that. I try to keep these videos shorter for you guys, and I appreciate those that watch beginning to end. But I wanted to talk to you guys about this journey with this person in my life, and I'm not going to call out names, and I'm not going to get into details because none of that shit matters. What matters is I wrote a song about him back in October of 2020. And I came from a completely different mind space, and I want to sing that song for you guys. And then today, I pulled my song back out that I've been working on for 2 years now as well. I wrote the melody and guitar part 2 years ago, and it's taken this amount of time to put the lyrics to it and actually have it sticking, because I've tried multiple times. Tried to bring other people in on it, like all the things, and I didn't know what it was for. And sometimes it takes the patience and going around on this crazy journey that you wouldn't have expected to get to the answers that you've needed. So also wardrobe inspired by my daughter Scarlett. We got so many patterns going on here, including the mandala strap. Yay. So yeah, this is, I don't even know what to call it. It doesn't have a name. And I just hope you all enjoy. Sitting over there in your big green chair, I'm speaking, but you can't hear me. All you see are the memories in the past to put you through. You can see how I've changed, transformed through it all. Finally found what I was looking for. But you can't see me, you can't see this light. You can't hear the calling that sounds deep in the night. You can only see what they want you to see. Forever trapped in a reverie. what you already know. Speak good vibes and speak love too. Here comes the change, oh, it's right on cue. And you can't see me, you can't see this light. You can't hear the calling that sounds deep in the night. You can only see what they want you to see. Forever trapped in a memory. Forever trapped in a memory. Whew! I got a little caught up into that song. I don't normally sway and dance that much, but hey, for new awesome things that are happening in this world. So, I sang that over the summer for the first time ever. The first time I ever sang it for anybody in public that I don't even think I sang that song to my family. And maybe one person, Scotty the Billy in the Box Kid dude, he might have heard it. But when I sang it for the first time this last summer at my music gig and told the story behind it about what it was about, the person in my life, a woman was there and she burst into tears. And she cried and sobbed. And I didn't handle the situation as well as I should have because I kept asking her through the microphone if she needed a hug. And like, I thought maybe because she wouldn't be able to hear me. And I just shouldn't have done that. And looking back, I won't ever do that again. But she was emotionally affected to the core by that song. And all I wanted to do was give her a hug. And I had no idea that that was going to happen. So yeah, that song I wrote back in October of 2020 when I felt really helpless in the situation. And so today there were some boundary lines of mine pushed and some things that didn't make sense and created this huge frustration in my life and great pain because I felt unwanted. I felt like I was a burden and I felt like this is the one person in your life that you would think that you could receive support and love from. And it wasn't happening. And so I stood up for myself and I spoke some things that I was really scared to send and say. And I did it from a text message perspective, which is how I deal with things because I emotionally react a lot from a lot of wounding and stuff through this life, and I'm not making excuses for it, and I'm working very hard, as you all know, to change it. But I do things differently, and I think about what I'm saying before I say it, and if I do need to use text messaging in a really triggering situation, I will, and that's okay. That's my boundary. And so I wrote these words, and someone else in my life knew exactly what I was writing, and they spoke up and said, maybe you should think about this. And I was like, no, I've read it a million times. I've thought about it for 24 hours. I slept on it, and I've waited, and now I'm going to send it, and I'm going to speak it, and I'm going to say it. And when I reread the message hours later, I was blown away by how I was able to articulate what I was feeling and how hurt I was and bring a different perspective to the situation that I didn't think could have happened. And I'm really proud of myself for that growth. So I was in the shower afterwards thinking about the song because it was in my head. And I was blown away that the lyrics were exactly what I needed to hear today. And I started singing this song this morning before I even knew anything else was going to go down. So here it is for you guys. It doesn't have a name yet, and it's not done. But y'all be the first to hear it. And it's been a long time since I've played for you guys, so I hope you enjoy. some thinking, working it all out with the pavement. Rolling wheels under, chasing God above her. Feel the wind through these wings, hear the birds, feel the breeze, taking time to stay present. Release the ridiculousness, this financial foolishness. Is if money had a spirit, a soul, or any power. If money had a spirit, a soul, or any power, it offers off. Passing final hour, it only has the meaning that we choose to give it. 'Cause life only happens when we choose to live it. So I'm making a choice and finding your voice, releasing your power, no holding back in this final hour. Gotta choose to love, speak your truth to. Hear that voice that's been calling you. Just be present, create this heaven. It's what we came here to do. There you have it. My kiddos just got home, so I'm going to peace, love, and namaste all to you guys, and I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments. They brought me flowers. You guys are so good to me.
They have a little pumpkin in them.
And they have a pumpkin in them.
And they're all buds.
All right, peace, love, namaste, guys. Adios.